Hello, everyone, and welcome to Twillow Talk. I'm Tana Scotland from the Twillow Lifestyle Community, Twillow Lifestyle Academy, and I do stuff, and I'm with my beautiful co-host, Jennifer Drakowski, who does stuff too, and we're here to bring you some authentic conversation about all things spiritual.
Oh, yeah. And authentically, I am so not technologically doing okay. I wanted to stream it to the channels. It's not working. I decided that I was going to go on and do it, and then it's not working. So I'm here. It is what it is.
It is that kind of day. So we have had a wild energy day with all sorts of parts of our system. So we've had some M-class solar flares in the last couple of days. And so I'll pull that up. We've got space weather coming. And because I didn't pull it up beforehand, and I usually do. Where are we? Solar activity. There we go. All right. So we've had some of those, some big flares that have come up. And what that does is it affects us here.
It affects us. It just does.
It affects us here. So you'll see here we've had some, we had an M4, we had another M4. So you'll see the spikes here on the graph in terms of these M-class. So we've had quite a few. And in terms of the Schumann, we have also had a few, and I'll just pull that one up for you as well. The Schumann has had some blackouts actually, and what that means is that it's like off the charts kind of thing. So it also, I've heard lately too, I don't know what, maybe you can feel into this, Jen, but it's also, I have heard that that means that we have had a timeline jump when we have that. But we have like huge today for this. We're up to like 96 to 78 today. Take a look. This is our day. Right in here. And you can see here we've got a power of 96 to 78. So that's kind of the range that we've been in. Keeping in mind that this, our usual or our standard is 7.8 hertz. And we're up to 96 to 78. So you can understand why we're all feeling a little bit discombobulated. So just wondering how all of you are doing out there and how you're feeling. Because it's pretty wild stuff right now.
It is. It is. Well, and it's interesting too, because we're just on the cusp of a switch over for the transits. And I think that sometimes that feels maybe like a jump. Sorry.
Yeah, bubbles. Beautiful.
So we had a transit in the in-between from last week to this week, because we were just kind of on the cusp then. So we just kind of are coming through the gate 42, which is increase. And this is about moving from expectation to detachment, to celebration, and really being able to kind of release expectation and not really being a victim of our experiences, and kind of letting go of what that means in order to allow for life to kind of unfold. Right. And it's interesting because we move out of that and we're moving into the gate 3. And this is like now we're making that transition. Right. And so the gate 3 is difficulty at the beginning. And so this card is really about, it's on the gene keys, the shadow is chaos, and then it moves into the gift of innovation and the siddhi of innocence. Right. And so it's the idea of that innocence is like through the eyes of a child. It's really about being able to break old patterns. Right. And being able to move away from, these perceptions that have clouded us in order to get more clarity. And so it's really interesting because when we talk about this idea of chaos, like, of course, the moment we hear chaos, we're like, I don't want chaos. Right. But that's kind of what what we have to notice and what we have to be able to perceive in our experience, because until we can perceive it, we can't move past it.
That's right.
right?
Well,
And
and
so,
chaos is the only way that will change, right? If we're status quo, nobody wants to change. No humans want to do anything when we're status quo. If we go into chaos, we're like, okay, we have to do something now, right? It
yeah,
pushes us forward into that innovation. Yeah.
for sure, for sure. And so, the energy now for the next, 6 days or so, we're looking at really being able to notice when we're kind of being a victim of our chaotic mind,
Mm,
right? And to see, okay, instead of allowing all of this to be going on, what can I bring forward, right? That's that innovation piece.
yeah.
So what can I bring forward? What can I allow into the experience? How can I, just bring more energy outward as opposed to keeping it all, in here, which is what we do so
We do.
often,
We do. Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
It's interesting. One of the people who write about this was saying about like the idea of the sacred fool, right, as the archetype here, and it's such a neat idea too because it's this ability to create out of the chaos, right?
Right. Which is
Because if
kind
we're
of what we were talking about, right?
yeah, well, if we're able to embrace that energy, then the chaos isn't scary. It's more of like, okay, there's this and there's that. And for those of us who, enjoy the process of alchemy, kitchens, in our environment, on human design,
Magic.
right? Like we like to be able to pull these different elements together
Mm-hmm.
and make something new with them. And I think that that's such a beautiful energy that we can be in right now.
Absolutely. Yeah. So it's a creative, transformative kind of thing. And that's the same with the Schumann when it's like that, right? That it looks high and people get all like, but really that is creative energy.
Yeah.
It's when we have that high vibration stuff coming down that we get rid of stuff out so that it allows more light in, which is a very transformative kind of process. So it's actually pretty awesome.
Yeah,
So it's kind of an interesting time, right?
it is. I mean, there's
Yeah.
always more opportunity for growth.
Of course. Of course. I mean, we're going to be doing that the whole time we're here, so we might as well enjoy the journey, right?
Exactly. Exactly. I think that's the biggest piece is being able to actually enjoy the journey and to recognize that it is a journey,
It is a
right?
journey. There's
We're
no
saying hi to
destination.
joyful journey there, which is a fabulous name
Yes.
for what we're talking about right now,
Hey,
right?
Jen.
To really be able to enjoy our process as we go through.
And we've also got Jackie. Hey,
Hey,
Jackie. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for joining
Jen.
us. Alrighty. So what topic shall we talk about today? Because I think there's lots going on, but we can also we usually pick a card. For those of you that
Yeah,
are joining us for the first time, we usually pick a card and have a topic and kind of go at it that way. Um, so let's do that.
let's see. Okay,
See
I
what we're
got the
supposed to
deck
talk
here.
about
So
today.
the deck. Oh, I opened it from the bottom. I was like, what's going on? Why is this not right? I opened it from the bottom.
There we are.
That's where I'm at today, guys.
Yeah,
That's
it's a day.
exactly
It's a day.
where I'm at. Um, yeah. Okay. Oh, two.
We have
Oh,
two.
well,
Do they go together? Maybe we just talk about both.
let's do that. So, okay, let's do that. So the one on top said, "Am I on the right path?"
Oh, about the journey. See, we're already
It's
talking
all
about
about
it.
the journey. And the next one is, "What is my body telling me right now?"
Oh, so what is your body telling you about your journey?
Right? So it's such a cool thing too, right? Because the am I on the right path, it's so easy to get into our head. So I think this card had to come out because it's really about getting
Mm-hmm.
into our body. What is our body telling us? Right? Not what is our head telling us. So that's really cool that these two came together. So I'll read you the back of them. So, am I on the right path? It says, sometimes we second guess what we are doing. We lose trust in the process and question if we are even on the right path at all. Know this. You are on the right path. Keep going, keep believing, keep remembering that you made a soul contract that you are currently fulfilling in every area of your life. Even if you can't see it, that doesn't mean it's not real. Today's soul action. Today, search for all of the ways that you're aligned with your soul's purpose. The signs will appear. Let this newfound trust fuel your next steps. Right? And it's so easy to question, right? Is this what I'm supposed to be doing? Right? Taking on a new endeavor. I was even saying to Tanis right before we got on, and I feel like I'm scrambling sometimes to figure it out. But when I just sit and do what feels correct for me, or get up and do whatever feels correct for me in that moment, it gets done. And it's pretty incredible. Right? But it is about listening to the body. So let's read that one too. Our body speaks to us. Through physical pain or discomfort, our body sends messages for us to look more deeply. See the trapped emotions, the lurking fears and beliefs that limit you. Listen to your physical body, and you will be led to the source of your pain. It's time to get your healing on. Today's soul action is get the book Heal Your Body by Louise Hayes. I love Louise Hayes.
I was just thinking, I don't have my, when the body came up, I was like, you saw me look, I was like, where's my book?
Yeah, mine's over here.
It's in the other room.
It's like, it's in this bookshelf.
Oh, perfect.
And find the answers toward which your body is guiding you. And that's her book is phenomenal when it comes to, what the body is telling us and the kind of spiritual and emotional background behind what is going on in the body.
It is pretty awesome.
Yeah, Joyful has Jen has a book too. Yeah, it's pretty amazing. And so being able to kind of tap into that and go, okay, like my back is hurting. It's, my lower back, I'm not feeling supported. What can I do to feel more supported? Am I supporting myself? What does that look like? Right? Or, my knee hurts. What am I?
Yeah.
Right. And again, that's another kind of support piece, but it's a little bit different. And
it's about not moving forward.
And yeah, exactly. What am I not stepping into? And all of that. I'll take a quick peek and see if I have it. That way, if anybody has anything and they don't have the book, we can take a quick look for it.
Absolutely. And I'll say a quick hello here. We have hello ladies from a Facebook user. I don't actually have that one coming up. Heal Your Body. So thank you. I don't know.
Hello.
Oh, interesting. Oh, it's Carla. Okay, cool.
Thanks.
Hello, Carla. Thank you for joining us. Jackie's eating. That's great.
Hey, that's awesome. You're feeding the body. That's important.
That is important.
And listening, hopefully, is feeding the soul.
And a big hello to Kaylee. Hello.
Hey, Kaylee. Awesome stuff. Yeah. So what's going on in your journey? Right?
Yeah.
What's going on right now? How are you feeling? Do you feel stuck? Do you feel like you're aligned? What's going on? Where is everybody at right now?
Myself, I feel like I'm in hermit mode a bit. Kaylee says, hello, other Jen.
I could be other Jen.
You could be other Jen. Yeah, I feel a bit like I'm in a hermit mode at the moment. Although I have to say I was out in the sun earlier. It's raining now, but where we are. But this morning it was beautiful. Mm-hmm. And I was sitting outside and I was
like, being outside is healing mind, body, and soul.
It was beautiful. Beautiful. So I'm in a bit of a hermit mode at the moment. Where's everybody else at?
Yeah. Well, I know last week for me was a rough one. Ended up with a gastro that wiped me out. So I feel like this week I'm still, coming back through. But it was we talk about nothing is good or bad, but thinking makes it so. And in the moment, it was like, holy moly, this is tough.
Does that apply to pain?
But it made me stop and it made me check like I ended up getting some scans done and things like that. And it was perfect. And it was exactly what I needed to do, because in the back of my mind, there was this kind of worry. Is there something wrong? Is there something I'm not getting looked at? I'm good. I am so healthy. It's amazing.
Yay.
And that's what I learned from all of it. And so it's one of those things where, you know, even though that pain was there, it grounded me, and it made me recognize that I, even through it, I could be okay.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I'm not saying I like it, and I'm not saying I want it again. I'm not saying that at all, universe. But what I'm saying is that even in the
Clear,
midst
cancel, delete. Just say.
right?
Try that, guys. If you say something and you don't really want them to hear you, clear, cancel, delete.
I like the little
Yeah, you got to do it with attitude.
right? But there is something beautiful even in that, right? And I recognize in the moment of being able to, feel into the body and go, okay, like all of that tension from everything that happened, I was holding it, and I was tight, and my head was hurting, and my neck and my shoulders, because that's where I hold stress. That's my spot. And it was really interesting, and being able to go, ooh, okay, like I really need to, as Jackie does, right? Back and release.
Shoulders back and down, deep breath in, shoulders up and back.
Right. Yeah. And so, being able to honor what I needed in the moment, to take that a moment to stop, which, we generally don't always give ourselves. And so it's such a beautiful thing to be able to go, okay, it's time. I need to just take a step back. I need to stop. It's okay.
Absolutely. Right? Absolutely. Big hello to Rhonda.
Hello.
Hi, Rhonda. She was we did an episode with Rhonda.
Yeah.
2 weeks ago. So take
awesome.
a look at that, you guys. That was awesome.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So Joyful just joined a gym. Everything hurts, but in a good way. Very cool.
There we go. Jacqueline's correcting me. That's it. Lift the shoulders, take them back, and exhale.
I knew it was something with lift, back, and release.
Hey, Jack. And yes, the gym thing. That's always, it's good. Like, it's good for our body, but it hurts when we first start doing that stuff. Because I did yoga on the weekend. I hadn't done it for a week or two, and I was like, okay, I'm feeling these muscles again. It's there.
Yeah. Well, and that's it too. I mean, the body, the body wants to be able to do things, right? So, but we do have to honor it. And I love that. Take it slow, right? We push, but we push to a point. And we also care and give that self-care back to ourselves. And then we can push again, right? And it's that kind of ebb and flow that we're able to do.
It's all part of the journey.
Mm-hmm.
It's interesting because it talks about, you talk about that, right? You get to your limit, and then where's your limit? So it's also about boundaries in a sense, right? It's our physical boundary at this point. Our physical boundary might be here today and there tomorrow and here tomorrow, the day after, it changes. And so that talks about, the card you had talks about, aw, that's so cute.
Oh, that's awesome.
Beautiful. We've made it. We have a dove. It's bringing peace. Bringing peace. Yeah, but that is about like tapping into your body, right? And feeling, where are those limits?
Yeah.
Where is our physical limit today? And it's okay if it changes moment to moment, right? That's why checking into the body is always a good idea.
Yeah. Well, and I have to say, again, we talk about, we don't like illness and we don't like all of those kinds of things, but I went like a week of eating bananas and rice because that's what I could keep down, and in very minimal doses, right? And starting to expand that and really honoring what the body's telling me, right? Like if I'll try something and I get it, it's okay. It's okay that I don't push it, right? And I think that, with each step of the way, no matter what it is we're facing, really listening to the body. And it sometimes, sometimes we need something to push us along to listen better. And sometimes, we're more attuned. And I was pushing myself more than I should have been. And I recognized that. And the body just went, all right, Jen, enough is enough. And I said, okay.
You
right?
need a break. Here, take this. You can have a little break. So
Yeah.
I guess I'm going to kiss a fool. It's that old proverb, You're not a fool.
Why not? This is a
Well,
beautiful energy right now.
it is
The
the
divine
energy. Maybe that's
fool,
why I'm itchy.
right? Being able to take the chaos and create into something beautiful.
It's really from Bewitched. Although she did it much prettier. For me, it's just a.
I've never been good at that. I always wanted to be able to. I loved Bewitched as a kid, and I always wanted to, and I just don't have the muscle, like, to be able to just move the upper lip for the nose to do. I just don't have that control. Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Okay, well, we need to change the subject because we can't be on here for an hour
As we
wiggling
digress.
our noses. Although it would be amusing, but only for a short time.
Only for a little bit. Yeah. So how about you guys? Where is everybody?
Yeah. How is everybody doing?
Mm-hmm.
How are y'all doing?
What's going on? I mean, especially coming off of the eclipse energy and everything too, right? Like last week when we met, we were right in the crux of that energy, and
that was heavy. That was heavy. I
there was a
remember
lot.
the heaviness in my chest that day was like,
yeah.
And I know that we're feeling some stuff in the collective right now. We didn't really talk about that, but we're feeling stuff in the collective, from some of the political unrest that's happening all over the world as well. That's been a little bit heavy the last couple of days. And so I always want to remind people not to take it on as theirs.
Yeah.
Because I think we tend to do that, right? We tend to think, okay, I'm feeling really heavy. I need to clear something. What is it I need to clear? And sometimes it's not us to clear. It's not up to us to clear. We can add light, which is awesome, but it's not always up to us to clear collective energy.
No, it's not always up to us to clear, period. Right? Like there are certain times where it's not our place to clear things. And certain things have to happen in order for other things to unfold.
Yeah.
Right. And so we do have to look at, the fact that there are going to be things in the world that have to happen in order for, next steps to come through. And that's a really difficult thing when they're hard things to look at. Right.
It's true.
Yeah. I did.
Jenny's doing really well. She's got a new job coming up.
Ooh.
And she's embarking on a spiritual journey. That would be Tanis. That would be me.
That's awesome. That is very cool.
Yeah. So
wonderful.
excited for you. So excited.
Yeah. You're talking about like not trying to clear everything. And I, earlier today, I had put a post up on Twillow and on mine, and it was about an energy clearing affirmation. And it's really about ourselves, right? Not about clearing out there, but about clearing what's going on in us. And I think that that's such an important thing, especially when we look at our journey and what it is that we, need to do to be able to continue on our journey. And I call back my energy from all corners of the universe. I clear my mind of any thoughts of fear, doubt, resentment, and insecurity. I fill my throat with light so that only words of love come out of it. And I bless my life, my loved ones, and open myself to infinite love, peace, abundance, and all that is good and pure.
Beautiful.
Right?
Yeah.
And that's what we can do. right? With all of this collective unrest and everything else that's happening, if we each were able to focus just on that, we're holding space for so much in the world.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. Another
And
Rumi.
we've talked numerous times on here too about holding space, how valuable that was. I was teaching a class on the weekend. I have a new group of Reiki masters going through that, and um, we were talking about what it is to be a master in terms of mastery. Um, and a lot about being a master is really holding space,
Yeah.
right? And doing that sort of, okay, let's just hold space for whatever needs to come up, and and then be understanding and judgment free as that comes forward, and support, not safe.
Yes.
Support, not safe. This is a huge lesson for so many.
Mm-hmm.
We want to go in there and save other people, and they don't always want to be saved. And even if they do, they don't always want our help in the way that we want to give it. And so I think
Right.
that's something to
Right.
um, to remember when we want to go and help. Like, asking permission to help is always a good thing. How can
Yeah.
I help you? What kind of help do they need? How can I help them? How can I help you?
Yeah. Well, and it's such an amazing thing too when we think about the idea of master and mastery and all of that. And I remember my Reiki master many moons ago had said, and it stuck with me forever, is to truly be a master of something means that it's the master of you.
Right.
Right. And so when I go in to do a Reiki session, to teach Reiki, to do any of that, it's not about me. It's about the Reiki, and the Reiki
That's right.
knows where it needs to go, and it knows what it needs to do. It's not my job to heal it, direct it, fix anything with it, or anything else, right? It's very much about just allowing it to flow.
Yeah.
Right?
And we were talking about masters in general too, and it being not just about that, but also about being a perpetual learner.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I always learn just as much from my students as they learn from me.
Yeah.
In different ways. Right. And so that was a big part of it as well. Yes, Jen was on our list of masters. We did a brainstorming. Yeah, we both made the list.
Oh, too
We're
funny.
very grateful for that. We have some new comments here. What have we got here? We have
Hi.
Rachel. Hey, Rachel. And she was getting ready for a show. Awesome.
Cool.
And hello, Estella.
Hello,
Nice to
hello.
see you. And we have, this is Rachel too. She teaches music and stuff. So she feels that way
Awesome.
when she teaches too. Awesome.
Yeah. It's such
Yeah.
a beautiful thing to allow flow.
Mm-hmm.
And to not try to make something be anything other than what it is.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Fake it till you make it. Sometimes. When you first start, right? Because you don't trust yourself that you know what you're doing. Because you do know what you're doing.
But that's the biggest thing, is that you don't have to trust yourself. You just have to trust the energy.
When we're talking about energy, absolutely, yes. I think when we talk about teaching in general,
Yeah.
we don't realize how much we know until we
Yeah.
actually get into it, and we start teaching. We're like, oh yeah, I remember that. Oh yeah, I remember that. Because it's all a remembering. I mean, even when I'm teaching the Celtic shamanic stuff or whatever, right? It's not even a remembering for me necessarily from this life.
Yeah.
I start into it and I'm like, oh, I remember that from this life and that life, and and it starts to flow. And so the flow can be a flow of consciousness as well as the flow of energy, like with Reiki.
Yeah. Well, and I know too, like, well, in human design, because we talk about that too, depending on our definition, some people have the knowledge right there and then they share it. And then some of us, it needs to be pulled out of us.
Yeah.
Right. So it's not there until it needs to be there. And the moment it needs to be there, whoop, there it is. Right. And I love that ability to rest in the not knowing, right? As the Tao says, the knowing, not knowing, and being able to be in that place of, if it's needed, it will be there.
Yeah. Well, I think these shows for us was a big jump for that.
Huge.
You know, I remember when we started, we were like, all like, what are we going to say? How do we talk about stuff? And then it's like,
Well, we just
oh yeah,
talk.
okay, we just do this.
Okay.
And now it's like, oh, okay, yeah, we're going to just get on
Mhm.
and do it. Like we don't have a set theme, of course, even until we get on. So we don't even have any
Well,
time to
that's
think
it. We
about
draw
what it is.
cards, so that's how we know we're going to do. If we get around to drawing the cards and we don't go off on something else.
Sometimes we have a tangent or three or four, but you know, it's awesome.
Yeah. Or if you guys come in with a topic and say, this is something we really need to talk about, then that's what we talk about. Mm-hmm.
Yes, teaching is intuitive. Yeah, it is. And when you can tap in, so that's like a channeling, really, right? When we talk about channeling, it's Jen and I often, that's why we go off on tangents, because we'll get on here and some word will spark something, and then all of a sudden this stream of consciousness comes through and we're talking about something totally different and it's very deep. Jen does it more than I do on here, but she does. And she goes off on this great tangent, and you're like,
There might
just
be
feel
that
everybody.
moment,
They're like,
apparently.
everyone's sitting there like,
You know, it's so interesting though, because we get into that, you know, again, it's that getting out of our own way, right? And it's the same thing when we talk about, like, you know, the cards and even the transit that we're in. If we can get out of our own way, it's amazing what can come in.
Well, that's where this is Rachel saying when she's practicing, it's extremely deep and intuitive. So it's a fully involved creative experience. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Absolutely.
Music is like that. Anything that's really creative. So like music or painting or drawing or singing or dancing, or, you know, they're very like intuitive. You really tap into that intuitive energy to bring forth the creativity. I think it's amazing. Yeah. I haven't done much painting in the last little while. I'm like, this might be something that needs to happen soon.
Definitely.
I've been doing more like pastel stuff in recent years, but I used to paint.
Oh, you're still doing art stuff though. You're still.
Yeah, I haven't done that very much either, so I need to pull those out at least. You know. Yeah, I used to do a lot more.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. Well, again, feeling the body, right? What does it tell you? It's saying, hey, we need to play. Hey, we need to do this or that to bring in this energy that needs to be honored.
Oh, thanks, Rachel. Maybe sometime I'll bring someone. We'll see. I think I have a few pieces in my old pictures way back on my Facebook profile. So.
Nice. Yeah. I love those moments where inspiration hits and you just go, oh.
I had one of those when Morgan was little. There was this one time that I was like in bed already. Yeah, there is a lot of chatter happening. There's a lot going on. So it's hard to focus sometimes.
Yeah, if you see us both kind of be like,
Rachel's, I hear a lot of chattering from the spirits in the background today of your show. They're always here. They're,
yeah,
for sure. There's this one time I was, ooh, we have that many? No wonder I'm distracted.
Right. It's really hard to stay focused. I don't know.
That is the problem today, I think. So I was in bed and I all of a sudden was like, I had to get up. I had to get up and draw. I was seeing this thing in my head and I had to get up and draw. And I got up and I drew this beautiful picture of a mother and a child. It was very stylistic. I'm not a detail kind of girl when it comes to pastels, but I actually put it up. So I have very little of my stuff actually like up in my house, and I had to put that one up. And it's
That's
up in my bathroom because I was like, and that was very much a channeled piece, but that was way before I was doing this kind of work. So
mm-hmm.
it was so unique for me to do it because and it was definitely like, jumping in and following that inspiration that came in because I was probably in that, that pre-sleep where you're in that theta brain and you're like, oh, I have to draw this.
Yeah.
And then I let them take over.
Yeah.
Before I even knew that's what I
Do
was
that to
doing.
me in the shower a lot. And I'm like, guys, I have no pen. I have no paper. I can't even record it to come back to it later. So you're going to have to just give it to me when I have an opportunity to actually do it.
Yeah. Yeah. They do that a lot in water. They'll do that
It
when I'm in
is
the pool or
water.
the hot tub and or the bath, Yeah, always. Well, it's conducive to that, right? Because
Yeah.
you're in a relaxed state too when you're in those things.
Yeah.
So it's
Well,
very
and water
conducive.
is a conduit. So
Exactly. Yeah. So maybe it's hundreds. It seems chattery.
fair enough.
Estella says she's learning lots. Awesome.
Wonderful.
And Rachel says, I feel like any intense artistic experience leads me to a spiritual experience after.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, absolutely. It's a
Yeah,
flow thing. It allows you to get into flow.
it really is.
Yeah.
It really is. Like you, I don't share very much of the art that comes through because it's very personal and very spiritual and all. And yet I do feel that flow and that energy. And then after there's like an opening and a whole new kind of
Mm-hmm.
way of being
Yeah,
each
it's true.
time.
It's funny, people probably don't know this, but I used to teach painting years ago when Morgan was little, and it wasn't the free flow kind of painting that I was teaching. I was teaching toll painting. So I don't know if you guys remember toll painting. It was like you get a picture and you like trace it onto wood and you paint in it, and then you do all sorts of fun stuff like shading and all of that stuff. And so it was
Cool.
creative, but at that time I needed the structure of the toll painting in order to do that.
Mm-hmm.
So it's interesting to see the process of how you change how you do your art as
Yeah.
well as you go forward,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
that's it. And we do art like with art therapy and all. It's much more an
Mm-hmm.
intuitive, even though there's process, it's not
Yeah.
really about process. It's about allowing what needs to come through to come through.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Awesome. Uh, Rachel, yeah, I know. Wow. I look at it now. I'm like, I've done a few things.
Mm-hmm.
I suppose I should do that again sometime in a different way. It was a lot of fun. I really liked it. I like teaching. Well,
Yeah.
I like teaching, but I like teaching art too. It's because of that creative experience.
Well, and incorporating it. I mean, art is still incorporated in so many aspects of what you teach. Every time there's a ceremony, there's an artistic piece to putting it together and
It's true. It's a
everything,
creative
right? So
process.
there's, yeah. So I don't think that we ever stop doing it. We just have different ways that we do it for a time, and then we switch it up and do it another way for a time.
Yeah, well, I guess that's true because I do all my own Canva stuff and whatnot for the business and stuff. So, I'm getting my artistic stuff from that at the moment. So that's why I haven't done a lot of pastel or paint.
Yeah,
Because if you guys haven't tried Canva and you're crafty and you like, it's cool.
it's really cool.
I have to say, it's really cool. You can do
It's
all
right.
sorts of things, not just business stuff. You can do like I did a memory book for my husband for our anniversary, and then a couple of years ago, and then stuff for Morgan and his
Mm-hmm.
fiance, and things like that. That's my son, and so yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, super cool.
So when we can embody our creative aspect, trying to
Yes.
pull ourselves back to the topics, because we want to.
We do that.
Yeah. So when we embody that creativity, I think that dance is a great way to do that too, right?
Mm-hmm.
Being able to dance and feel that. And you can dance no matter what your abilities are.
Yeah. It doesn't have to be like a very set,
No.
step kind of dance.
Dancing
although those
can
are
be
fun
like
too. I dance for everything. If I like what I'm about to eat, I dance.
She does. I've seen her. It's really cute.
It's my habit. I dance and I make up songs.
Yes.
And well, actually,
one weekend we were over it, and everything was a song.
I
We're
think
gonna make spaghetti, and she
Jack
goes
was
into
like,
a song.
I'm gonna start writing down all of these songs. Right?
Yeah, it was funny. We
But
had a whole
again,
playlist by the time we were done the weekend.
but that's it. But finding joy in things, it just brings those kind of joyful things out, right? And yeah, that's awesome.
Perfect. We can
Yeah.
relate to that too, Carla.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, if we all get together for a meal, it's going to be a blast.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
She makes songs too.
Yeah.
You're both projectors in human design. It's true. So maybe that's it.
That's true. Well, and I sing to the dogs, and I sing when I'm petting them, and I tell them that I love them by singing.
But they love it, I'm sure, right? Because animals love that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Ethnicity, thank you for joining us.
Ethnicity. Yeah. Well, and I think that that's the other piece too, right? Like one of the cards for today is, am I on the right path? And even when things are tough and even when there's challenges, if there's a joy, that's that undercurrent, right? If there's that kind of ability to sing, to dance, to just enjoy your experience, even when it's tough, right? That gets you through those tough things. And I think that that's, for me at least, that has always been a sign that I'm on the right path.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, and I think Bashar, I don't know if you guys know this, but Daryl Anka channels a being Bashar. And when he talks about, whether you're on the right path or you're following what you should be following, he talks about how you, what would really make you excited and happy right now. What would make you joyful right in this moment? Do that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then next, what would make you joyful in this moment? Do that. And just keep going. And that's how you find happiness in life. It's just doing what makes you joyful in the moment.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So
well, and that's it. Like I'm thinking about a project that I'm working on, and I have a deadline for it. And I'm thinking, oh, this is going to become overwhelming. It's going to be a lot. I am having such a blast doing it, so that even though there's pressure there and even though there's a deadline on it and everything, I'm loving every minute of it.
Yeah. Which is
right.
awesome.
And I think that's that piece of being able to, it's okay. And those things that we deem negative are not really, and we're able to navigate them when we're doing what lights us up.
Yeah. If it lights you up, you're on the right track. Right?
Mm-hmm.
That's something. Absolutely.
So what's lighting everybody up right now?
Yeah. You guys have been like, a little bit quiet. Let's get some stuff from you. What do you want to, what would super light you up right now?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it's yummy food, maybe it's dancing, maybe it's something totally different. What would light you up right now?
Mm-hmm.
That's what we want to hear. Because you know what? Sometimes you guys have ideas that would light someone else up too. Yeah. So sharing those ideas is a great way to share the love, share the joy.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Definitely. So
what makes you joyful? Yummy food. We know yummy
food. I love yummy food. Yummy food makes me very joyful. It's funny. It doesn't matter what it is out. Looking out the window makes me joyful. Oh, it's raining. Oh, it's sunny. Oh, it's snowing in April. Okay. It's still pretty.
You know what makes me joyful? This comment back here. Hold on. Where was it? This one.
Yes. That is wonderful.
That made me
I
joyful.
think that deserves some hearts.
That made me joyful.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Yes, that would be great.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just ask them to take care of that for you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes. And hopefully the cat is just on a joyful journey and on its way back.
Yes. Jen, will you lend your name?
Yes.
Joyful journey?
Yes, I'm saying joyful journey, and that's that is yours. Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, I can see that.
Mm-hmm.
Especially if it's an older cat. They get a little, grumpier.
Yeah.
Puppies. Puppies can be.
My cats could commiserate. We could do a support group.
Support group for cats with puppies.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he's around. He's just stubborn. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Puppies will do that.
Yeah, they got to learn to be nice to the cats too.
Yep. Aw, beautiful.
Aww, that is wonderful.
I think anybody giving us love is nice.
Mm-hmm.
Hugs. Hugs bring me joy. Good hugs. But hugs bring me joy.
Definitely.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a hugger too. If you're not a hugger, then hugs don't bring you joy. But if you're
No,
a hugger,
I'm a hugger.
they definitely
I'm a hugger. Yep.
Yeah.
So who else is a hugger? Thank you.
There you go.
I know Carla is.
Awesome. And there's something about a heart-to-heart hug that just wipes everything through, washes it clean, and just lights you up.
It's true. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Walking in the rain when it's warm rain.
Mm-hmm. And
I'm not a big rain girl because I really don't like cold damp. But if it's warm,
Mm-hmm.
like a Care Bear, absolutely. So sending love like a Care Bear, that can bring me joy too. Mm-hmm. I think I was meant to be a Care Bear.
I think you are a Care Bear. I think everybody who does light work is a Care Bear.
True. That's true. It's probably where the whole concept came from. For those of you that don't know what Care Bears are, they're like these bears and they've got things on their tummy.
Designs.
They each have their own energy,
Mm-hmm.
and they shoot this energy out of their tummy
Mm-hmm.
in rainbow colors. Sounds a lot like chakra energy. It's beautiful.
It really is.
Yep.
It really is.
So what is your body saying to you today, all of you? Because it's one of our
Mm-hmm.
topics. Is your body telling you you're on the right journey?
Yeah.
And if not, why not?
Yeah. And if there is anything coming up for you, we did pull the book out so we can check on some things for you if you want.
So let's look up a couple of the basics.
Sure.
So like knees is a good one. Knees, backs, necks. Those are ones that come up for people a lot.
Okay. Let's see. Back. All right. Represents support of life. So depending on where on the back, it makes a difference. So lower back, fear of money, lack of financial support. Middle of the back is guilt, stuck in all the stuff back there. And upper is a lack of emotional support, feeling unloved or holding back love. So each one has an affirmation in here as well. So for back in general, I know that life always supports me. For lower back, I trust the process of life. All I need is always taken care of. I am safe. That's for the money and financial support. The middle, for that kind of guilt. I've released the past. I am free to move forward with love in my heart. And then upper, for that emotional support. I love and approve of myself. Life supports and loves me. So he said knees.
Yeah, that's another one a lot of my clients come with.
Okay, so the knee itself as a joint represents pride and ego. So I am flexible and flowing is the affirmation. Knee problems is stubborn ego and pride, inability to bend, fear, inflexibility, not wanting to give in. So the mantra for that is forgiveness, understanding, compassion. I bend and flow with ease, and all is well.
Bend and flow.
Bend
like the willow. Like the willow tree.
Mm-hmm.
From Twillow, willow tree.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah.
I'm playing that to people that might not know that. Where is it here? This side here. See? Willow trees.
I love it. All right, guys. Is there anything else you want looked up? Is there anything else that we're feeling?
Is right where they're supposed to be.
Beautiful.
I think I am for the most part as well.
Yeah.
I think I'm supposed to be doing this work.
Yeah. I think so.
I think so.
I'm pretty sure this has been the work for many lifetimes.
Yeah. Jen and I have done this work for many lifetimes. And we'll do it for many more, apparently, according to Archangel Michael.
Okay.
I know, I thought we were getting close to the end of our cycle, but maybe not.
They're like, it's okay, you'll come back. You
great.
like doing it. I don't know if I like doing it, but okay. No, I love it.
No, I have to say, I really do. I love what I do.
Mm-hmm.
I love what I do. And I couldn't say that before I started doing this kind of work. So,
No.
Yeah. So I do. I love what I do. Groovy cycle. That would be Jacqueline.
Oh, yeah.
I would say it's awesome to be able to do what I love with people I love. And that is on my gratitude list every day.
Most definitely. And I love the idea too in the affirmation on here, today search for all of the ways that you are aligned. And what an amazing piece, right? Because it's really easy for the mind to immediately go to the negative and for the mind to immediately be like, this isn't working or this isn't good or whatever, right? But really looking for all of the ways where you do feel aligned and where things feel like they are moving and you are in your soul's purpose. And the more that you can tap into that and be grateful for that, the more you align with that.
It's true.
Right? And then the more of that you bring forward into your experience.
Yeah. Yeah. I always tell my clients, like, if you're going to journal, or if I feel it's something that they should or they could be doing in order to push themselves forward. I know should is not a good word. I invite them to have a journal. Jen's laughing at me. I invite them to have a journal where they write down 3 things they're grateful for, but also add in 3 things that you're proud of yourself for every day. And I think those are a wonderful way to boost your own self, in what you were saying there, the self-love part, right? Like
Yeah.
supporting yourself when you're not getting that support from everybody else. It's a way for you to support yourself and celebrate your own successes when you may not
Mhm.
have that kind of support from other people. So that's because we can't rely on other people to support us, you know, because they're all in their own stuff too. So
Yeah, I
it's
mean, we
great to
can be
have
there for
support.
each other as much as we can, and that's why community is such a wonderful thing, because it also allows for more than one person to be able to step up, so that
Exactly.
not any one person is carrying all of it,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Yeah. Because we all go through our days, right?
Mhm.
And I know that's the beautiful part about our community is we all have our days. So we'll be like, you know, calling each other and be like, oh,
Yeah.
and we
Also
just
nice
support
to
each
be able
other
to
like that.
go, "Are you feeling this? Yeah, I'm feeling this. Are you feeling this? Yeah, I'm feeling this. Okay, this isn't just a me thing."
Exactly. That's probably the most common call that we do actually.
I think
How are you
so.
feeling?
Yeah, it's a rough
Am
one.
I going crazy or is this is collective going crazy? Okay, it's collective. Good, thanks.
So true.
Yeah,
So
I think
true.
that's probably one of the biggest ones that we do is that. And
Mhm.
yeah.
Well, and I find too, and this is something actually we were talking about before, not on the show, but I find, with the changes that are happening, the ability to discern between the dimensions gets harder.
Yes.
And so
Yes, we were
feeling
talking about that.
more in the body than maybe what we would have felt, right? Like when we do, we're talking about like etheric surgery and things like that. And, when we look at what that is and what that entails and how, we can move into those dimensions to do clearing and stuff, but now getting to a point where, we're feeling it more in the physical,
Yeah.
right? And so even though it's not in the physical, feeling that, being able to really like understand what's going on there so that we don't go into this panic of, oh no, what's wrong with my body? Or, oh no, what's happening to me? Because it's, we're feeling something and it's like, okay, wait a minute. Where is this feeling even coming from?
Yeah. Is this really physical or is it energetic in terms of that? You know.
Yeah.
So when we're talking about the etheric surgery, um, we're talking about basically we have different layers of the energy system, and the etheric layer can get stuff stuck in it when we're out doing stuff in the astral, which we do every night in our dream time, and some of us do it awake, but you know everybody does do it in your dream time. So sometimes we'll come back with stuff stuck in our field for whatever reason, whatever we were doing, and that's when you know etheric surgery. Jen and I do that, and we will go in and pick out stuff from the etheric layer so that we don't feel it in the physical, because you can sometimes feel that stuff and it
Yeah.
can create a thing.
It's just it's just like stop gaps in energy. If you really
Mm-hmm.
want to like break it down, right? Like it can show up in a million different things and we use our understanding of things to try to explain what it is or what it isn't, but ultimately it's like a stopgap, right? It's like,
Yeah,
oh, I'm just
yeah,
going to block this energy and it's like, nope, no blocking.
yeah, exactly. It's whatever it is just a something that's creating a lack of flow in the area. So we
Mhm.
just pull it out and allow the stuff to flow.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
being able
So
to, notice that and notice if that's something that you are feeling more, to be able to really recognize it and go, oh, like I'm feeling, oh, right? And just actually visualize that. Ugh, okay. Right? I'm going
yeah,
to clear that. I'm going to put light. I'm going to put love into it. I'm going to allow space for that. And we may have to do some of the calming the nervous system exercises and things that we've done on other shows, right? To be able to get the body to go, oh, I am okay.
yeah,
All right, everything's all right.
yeah, yeah, for sure. So that's another whole layer of sort of energy healing that
Mm-hmm.
you know, we
Yeah.
play with. So we also offer that class actually. We offer that. at the Twillow Lifestyle Academy. I don't have it listed right now, but it's one that is a post-Reiki master class. It's an advanced energy healing. So it's fun. It's very rewarding, is what it is, when you can really make a difference on people's physical pain by changing the etheric layer. So
yeah,
can you believe it's been an hour already?
I can't. There's still so much. They're like, what
There's
about
a lot of stuff that wants to come through, and I don't. But we don't have. We're supposed to be only an hour. Yeah. We're already over an hour.
That's pretty crazy. Well,
so you have a card that we usually
about this one. So at the end of each session, we do Seeds from the Sacred Feminine as kind of an activity to carry us forward into the week. So let's see what we need to be doing for this week. Oh, okay. Taste something sweet.
Oh, there we go. And that'll get you dancing. Kaylee,
that will. It totally will. It's very fitting for what we were chatting about.
Well, the other thing about sweet, right, is it's very grounding. And since we're all feeling quite out there right now, having something sweet.
Definitely. Okay. Well, and again, it's that body piece, right? Can we recognize what that is for us and go from there? So, all right. So let's see. Here we go. I'll hold that up and I'll read it for you. Have you forgotten to enjoy the sweetness of life, grandchild? The sacred feminine is associated with sweetness. Sometimes you are called to a sweet treat because you are longing for comfort and communion with a softer, more nurturing part of yourself. If you acknowledge this need for maternal comfort, then eating something sweet can soften you and soothe your physical body. Mother Earth created many delicious foods for her children to add sweetness to their feasts. Enjoy her many berries. At the same time, be mindful of your cravings for sweets. Have your cravings become too overwhelming? If so, this indicates an imbalance. Your physical body may be signaling a time for fasting to connect with the sacred feminine in a deeper way. Your emotional body may need attention. Make time and space to express a deep hurt. Bring your awareness to your body's relationship to sugar. Address the imbalance by slowing your sacred masculine drive and remembering to enjoy the sweetness of life. Partake of its bounty and follow your body's wisdom.
Yeah.
Very much in line with
So we do want to say, don't do anything unless if you're diabetic, right? Listen to your doctor. And don't fast unless you're sure you're going to be okay. Check with your doctor first. Just because, people have things and we just want to be safe. So
definitely.
Let's just listen to our medical professionals first.
Yeah.
And then go on.
And listen to your body.
Yeah.
Right. It's funny. And I very much appreciate the medical profession and all of that. I remember when I was pregnant with my second, and I know that I know my blood sugar levels, and I can't fast for a while and then intake a whole bunch of sugar. It spikes in me and it does not end well. And I remember going in and doing that sugar test that we all have to do.
Glucose tolerance test.
And I said to them, I can't drink all of this. It's not, I'm not going to be okay. I can't do it. Oh, you'll be fine, honey. Everybody does it. It's fine. It's fine. It did not go well. It did not end well. Right. And I think that there is, there are times where we have to stand up for ourselves and say, no, this isn't okay. And really, be more forceful and say, I need help with this and I really need you to listen. Right. And so, honor you, honor what feels correct for you. Definitely get the advice and the feedback. If for whatever reason you feel like you're not being heard, voice yourself, set that boundary, honor, what you need, and find resolution between their knowledge and your knowledge of your body.
Yeah, for sure. Awesome. So what have we got coming on? What have we got going on? Do we have anything going
Oh,
on?
so much. I never have anything going on, and now I do.
Awesome. What have you got going on? While I look up what
So
I'm doing.
on Wednesday, I am on with Ramsey, doing, oh no, not this Wednesday. This Wednesday, we're recording for Therapists in Conversation. No, what week is it? Guys,
No.
I'm sorry. This is where I'm at. Thursday. Thursday, I'm on with Ramsey. This coming Thursday at 2 Eastern. And we're going to be talking about human design. And then next Monday, before Twillow at 2:00 Eastern, I'm going to be on with Gerald, and we're going to be doing the next in the series for authorities. So where I normally go, I don't really have a whole lot coming up. In the next week, I actually do have quite a bit coming up.
All about Jen this week. I do have open mic with Ramsey as well. So Jen is doing the open mic UK, right?
Yes.
Soon. And of course, we have our Ramsey and I do open mic every second Friday at 7 p.m. So come and join us for that. And yes, that's correct, Kaylee. We do have class tonight. So I have Celtic shamanic classes going on all the time right now. So this is a big week for the shamanic classes. We do classes once a month. We're also doing our channeling class, which is a 9-week thing. So that's already in progress. And it's more classes for me this week. We have a show. We do have a show coming up. We both have this coming up the end of the month, and we might want to mention that. It's the Woo Spirituality show
right.
for those of you that are local. And it's going to be at Centurion Place, right? Yes, Centurion Place. And we're both speaking at that event. So come and join us there. It's on the 4th of May. Yes, Woo Spirituality.
You got it. And if you are local and you want to, there's early bird tickets that are on sale right now, so it's only $5 to get in
Centurion.
for the whole thing. So that's
Thank
pretty.
you. Centurion on Colonnade.
Mm-hmm.
So come and join us. Jack's going to be there. Jacqueline's going to be there too, and all sorts of other wonderful practitioners from the Ottawa area with lots of great speakers, and it'll be a lot of fun. So come and join us there in a few weeks. And I'm also going to be at the Holistic Fair coming up as well in a few weeks. That one, where is that one? That one is going to be at the Nepean Sportsplex. That one is on the 11th. So we have 2 shows 2 weeks in a row. So come and join us at the shows if you're local. And if not, if there's something specific that you guys want to see from the school, reach out and let us know.
Mm-hmm.
Or from us individually, okay? Reach out and let us know. We're really open to feedback. So if there's something that you would love to learn or something like that, we've got a huge network that we can bring people in. So let us know, okay?
Definitely.
Feedback is great. So on that note, we will wish you a wonderful week. Sending you tons of love to all of you. Thank you for joining us. And we shall see you. We shall see you next week. Same time, same place.
Yay.
Yeah. Have an awesome week, everyone.